Alright, so it is a new day. It's nice and sunny out. So I'm gonna continue pulling the motor out. You gotta get underneath, pull out the starter, take off the motor mount bolts, chain the motor up, and then start pulling it. So let's get started. Hi, Sam. Alright, so on the starter, we have two bolts right next to the exhaust there. You got one bolt there, which is a 1/2 inch, and then you got another bolt on this side here, which I believe it's gonna be a 1/2 inch as well. Right there, you got that 1/2 inch bolt, that 1/2 inch bolt. You should be able to pull the starter off after that. Alright, starter is out right here. So there was two 1/2 inch bolts plus a 3/8 bolt there for the power wire for the starter. I did have some trouble with this bolt here. You can see it was a little stripped out right there. I was using a 12-point socket and it was actually not grabbing very well. So just a little tip, if you ever have that issue where the 12-point socket is just sliding on the bolt like that, just grab yourself a 6-point and that'll solve your issue. It'll get a better grip on the sides of the bolt and just come out a little bit easier. What do we got up here? Looks like that's a 3/4. Start taking that out. All right, so I got it almost pulled out, but I guess step one in this whole process for you guys should be pull the hood off, because as you can see, it's gonna be in your way when you go to pull the motor out. So step one, we're doing a little backwards, but pull the hood off. Ended up having to roll the truck back a few feet with the engine up in the air so we can clear it, come down. There it is. Time to wash it, get it all cleaned up, and start taking it apart. Alright, so the motor's out. I went ahead and pulled out the torque converter, the flex plate, and that backing plate. Now I'm going to just pressure wash it, get all the gunk cleaned off. I'm gonna actually pull out all the spark plug wiring, maybe the distributor cap. I need to change this distributor either way. It's completely rusted inside, but I'm gonna pull out the coil, distributor cap, all the wiring, and I think the carburetor. Or I might just bag that for now and then spray it all off. So I'm tearing into the motor today. I took the valve covers off and I have no push rod there. No push rod there. That one looks fucking bent as fuck. That one's okay. That one's fucking bent. Come on this side. These look better, but I'm still missing one here. Alright, so update on the Ford engine. I took the intake off. It was running a little rough, but I wasn't sure why. Maybe because half the fucking push rods are fucking shaped like Emma's spine over here. Jesus fuck. Alright, so the engine is out and apart. Looks like they're pretty worn out. I'm gonna have the engine cleaned out and honed and everything. Looks like the pistons are already 30 over. So I'm gonna see if I can just get some other pistons same size. Hopefully they don't have to bore it out or anything. Here we got the heads. Hi. But oh man, definitely gonna have to get another cam. Obviously more push rods. Tomorrow I'm going to bring my puller to get that front pulley off and get the oil pan off and get the crank apart. But yeah, here we have the push rods. Here's a closer look at them. Obviously not supposed to look like that. Lay them right here. Those are all the bent ones here. Gonna replace all of them, but yep, even with the push rods like this, it still ran smoother than a Chevy, so not too bad. But definitely is gonna run a lot better once we're done with this rebuild. Cool, that'll be all for today. Get back on this thing tomorrow.